So it is officially time to get your money out of the bank. That is what a banking insider is now telling us. Get this. They are now limiting how much money you can take out and when. I want to read you a couple emails that I received just the other day. And again, we all know banks are having issues. Some are on the verge of collapsing. Others are getting close. We're hearing there's some risks here. What do we do? Do we keep our money in the banks? Do we put it under the mattress? Do I get the biggest wallet I've ever seen and stick it in there? I don't know. But here's what we do know. The Treasury said there's more than 700 banks that are at risk at default. The situation is only getting worse. The problem that we now have is, what do we do with our money? Do we pay off debt? Do we keep a big emergency fund? Do we continue to spend money and put it on credit cards when interest rates are just sky high? These are some major issues. I want to read two messages that I received. Okay? Listen to this one. I think this one's very interesting, and I've actually heard about this happen before at a different bank. So listen to this. This person says, Adam, I love the videos and appreciate the constant updates. I just found your YouTube and I really like it. I bank at Wells Fargo and have for the past decade or more. I don't like using plastic to pay for things. My guess is credit cards or any cards. So I don't like using plastic to pay for things. So I always take cash out on the 1st of each month. I've never had any issues. And that brings me to this month. I went into the bank on May 2nd, a day late, but I made it, to get out $1,700. And the teller told me I was only able to get $1,000. That was it. She said that her branch has a new policy that the branch can only withdraw, or the person can only withdraw $1,000 after 1 p.m. So I would need to come back the following day to get the other $700. This is really new, and I just thought I would share. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of something like this happening? I have. I've actually been to a bank where they said that no, after, I believe it was 12 o'clock, that after 12 o'clock, you could only take out $1,500. If you came in the morning, their limit was different. You could get up to $2,500. So an additional $1,000 that you could get in the morning, but if you wait till after 12 o'clock, then it's only $1,500. That's what they told me. What I think is interesting about this, well, for one, this person goes once every single month, takes out, I guess, $1,700 every single month, and those are her expenses. That's what she lives off of. Okay? So I just thought this was very interesting. But let me know, have you heard about this happening in your area? This person said it was from a Wells Fargo. I've heard of Bank of America doing it as well. I've heard of a lot of regional banks doing stuff very similar. I've also seen, personally, that if you go within 30 minutes of closing, you can't withdraw any more than the limit at the ATM machine, and it's $300. Yeah. I've actually been to a bank where I came in, I think like 10 minutes, 5 minutes before closing. They said, sorry, the most that we can give you is $300. Obviously, I wasn't excited to hear that. I just went to a different bank and was able to get money there. But again, not everybody banks at multiple locations or multiple different financial institutions. A lot of people only have one bank. Some people have 0 banks. So again, it's a major issue. I also want to read you this one. Listen to this, okay? And this person says, I think it is time we all get our monies out of the bank. I was taught that monies in the bank is a guarantee, but I don't think it's true anymore. Each week I go into the bank and I make a wire transfer to another business account so that I can pay vendors overseas. But this week, the bank said that their system was having issues. This person actually got this email just today. This person says this week the bank said that their system was having issues, so I came back the next day. On Tuesday, they said that their system was still down. I said, okay, and I came back on Wednesday. I went back Wednesday, and the manager said that they're having to update their system, and it could be a few more days before I can make a transfer. This frustrates me as I need to pay my vendors or else it holds up my entire business. As of right now, my business will be held up by 1 week. Here's the crazy thing about what this is doing and what's happening. Now, granted, this person probably could have taken some of their money and went to a different bank and did a wire transfer somewhere else if it is true that this bank is having issues and they need to update their system. But what if this wasn't a possibility? What if this issue with doing a wire transfer was something that was nationwide and you couldn't make a transfer, right? But all your money's tied up in that bank. And let's say you needed $50,000 to be able to go and buy products, or let's say you are a candy vendor and you need to go buy candy or toys or whatever it may be, and you just don't have the money to, you're sitting on their mattress or wherever, to go and do this. What happens then? All your money's stuck in the bank. You go and get it on a credit card? Do you hope that your vendor is just going to send you your goods and you'll be okay? Again, this is a massive problem. Now, here's my take on this. Should you get all your money out of the bank? I personally don't think you need to take all your money out and go through that drastic measure of, what do you do with it? And you're sitting on, bundles of cash, hopefully, right? Hopefully you don't just have, $200 in your hand and that's it. And if you have a bunch of money, spread it out. Make sure you diversify your risk. But again, this is what people are telling us. Now, I also heard from a bank manager. I talk to bankers all the time, okay, for different things, other businesses of mine anyway. But I talked to a bank manager, and she told me that things are changing. She told me what's very troubling in her opinion is that they're being pretty much asked or told that they have to lay off about 50% of their staff, and they have a few months to do it. So and I believe this was earlier this month, so it could have been last month. But anyway, so let's say it's this month. So you're currently in May, so you got April, you're currently in May, you got June, July, August. So by September, they have to lay off 50% of their staff. This timeline, it really does line up very well with what other banks have told me as well. Other managers, other insiders have said that, yeah, they have to lay off some of their staff. They have to lay off their whole finance division, right? One person said, and again, this isn't everywhere, but I was told by one person that they can't give out any donations for like community events and things like that. No donations, no fundraisers for children or for schools or anything like that. They just can't do it. They can't afford it. How crazy is that? But again, this is the era that we're living in. This is the times. So should you get your money out of the bank? Some people maybe. Certain banks, possibly. But in every situation, not necessarily. But make sure you are smart with your money. Make sure you have some in different financial institutions so that if for some reason you can't get your money out, you can't do a wire transfer, you can't write a check, you can't use their ATM machine, whatever it is, you can go to the other bank and you can use their system. And hopefully it's not down.